Hello my lovelies, Robbie here from Kickback Garage and at Kickback Garage. What's happening today? Well, today we are hopefully, what I'm going to try and do is prep my Sledgehammer 333. I want to, basically I want to do all the little things that I want to do with that engine so that it's ready to put in the frame. Because I have to do some modifications on the frame as well. And I've got some stuff I need to fit to that scooter after I fit the engine. All will be revealed. All will be revealed. I am on the apple juice today. So I'll go grab myself some apple juice and I'll send the intro. Oh, thing is, this apple juice, our big apple juice, I am so broke. I kid you not. I am really broke. So what I did, I went to the place where we buy spirits and stuff like that here in Norway, and I bought some Ardbeg, and they had a really expensive one. I've had that before. It's really nice. And they had a cheap one. And the cheap one, I normally stick to 10-year-old apple juice. But this is 5-year-old apple juice, and it's called something like Nasty Monster or something like that. And I understand why. Because it's... Ooh, it's got a wild kick about it. Someone's going to do it, but I'm going to force this down because I can't afford any others. Don't forget to buy me a coffee. Maybe I can afford a proper whiskey. Right, let's crack on. Look at the state of my garage. I want to do this, put this together, and then so I can tidy up, and I can pull that forward, the Series 1, which is going to have this in it. My plan of attack is, I'm going to take the time, actually, to soak the plates. That's easy enough to do. Just basically because when you've got like dodgily misplaced clutch cables and stuff like that, then I don't want to snatch a clutch when I start it up and put it in first gear for the first time. So I'm definitely going to soak those plates. Apparently you don't need to, but and I've actually not done that with LTH clutches, but here I just want to make everything is just like perfect. Another thing I want to do, which I forgot about, so we can have a look at the cylinder here as well. Another thing I want to do is take off the cylinder cowl and see how I can attach a, what's it called, temperature gauge for my head temperature. And thirdly, I want to modify the gear arm with a stud. If I've got a stud, I think so. If not, I'll just make something up there. But I'm definitely going to sort that out. I hit those circlips and then put on the side case, put on the rear wheel. Oh yeah, of course, time it and pressure test it. So actually, more than I bargained for. So what I think I'll do to start off with is take off all these nuts, and because I'm going to be using a clutch compressor to get this unstuck. I've got this like lovely, it's like a sandwich. It's probably really hard to see on the video, but it's like a sandwiched, is it aluminium or something in there? It's a special gasket. It's really cool. And what I'd like as well, they've obviously thought of the details. They know what they're doing here. All the studs that need to be extra long, these for the exhaust, they are longer because to accommodate the side case and exhaust brackets and stuff. They've got the longer studs in there already prepared. So that, I think, is really good. One thing that I'm missing is the grommet to the starter flywheel cable. I'll show you that later on, if I remember. Because on my Casa case, they actually got a new type of mag house thing here going on. Whereas on my old Casa case, that was just a CNC machined plate. And it was a different rigmarole for the cables to feed through, but on this one it's got the original type one. So I ordered the MB type, I like those, from Scooter Centre, but I still can fit this because I can fit that afterwards once it's in the scooter. So nothing is hampering me from doing loads of work today, apart from my babbling. So I have loosened the bolts on the clutch, and I actually think we're in a bit of luck, and that was sort of would explain why Casa said you don't need to soak them, because I can see some oil seeping out of this. Let's have a look. By the way, I absolutely love this clutch compressor. Yes, it's a bit dodgy because it just holds on 2 studs, but I have had so many of these now, MB and generic ones. The ones that have got the feet, you take 4 studs, they just bend. After the time, they just bend and you can't get them to fit on the studs. This, perfect every time. Right, let's have a look at those plates. Lucky, lucky. They are actually doused in oil. So that's great. Great news. Why didn't they just say that? Instead of saying some lost in translation sort of stuff, instead of saying you don't need to soak them because they're pre-soaked, why didn't they say that? Yeah, whatever. Now I just want to take off the cylinder cowl to have a look at that arrangement on the top here. They're quite tight. Why is that? Why were they tight? Loctite probably, presumably. Right, the big reveal. Let's take this puppy off. Look at the size of that thing, man. Shit. Oh. So cool. Carbon fiber. Very nice. On my short, someone asked if this was a crack. Here. Nope. Actually, what it looks like, I thought it was like epoxy, but that's not true. What it is actually, it's just a little bit of Loctite. Probably from these protective washers. Right, let's put that away. Right, I was just about to start the pressure test, and I did a bit of a test here, and as you can see, it's leaking like a sieve. But what am I other than a Burke? How about if I fit the spark plug? Hold this. Bare prøve å holde. Ja, for at I'm unsure if if that's going to pop off when I try the. Let's have a look. See, it's supposed to be holding pressure, but it could be leaking around there. If you move your hand a little bit, because it is leaking through there. It's actually leaking through the logo. So, how am I going to block off the exhaust port? It's leaking through the logo. That is. I have to show you. It's leaking through the logo on the 3D printed cover. Right, I'm just trying to figure out a way of blocking this up. So what I ended up doing is actually just using a bicycle tube on the bottom here. It is not completely airtight. There is some air bubbles coming out there. But when I pump it up, it stays actually pretty steady. Just hang on a second. Just give me a second. Wouldn't it be funny if that popped now? So, you can see the needle is going down a little bit faster than I'd like it to go down, but it is leaking here. And it's actually leaking quite profusely on the back side here. And there you go. If I hold that, I can't. But what I'm trying to say really is, actually I'm quite happy with that, because that is sort of the speed of which it's leaking on the back here. And the needle's not really that unsteady, even though I know I've got this leak here, this one. There you go. I can stop it if I do that. Watch this. There. So I'd say I'm quite happy with that. It's not really going to be leaking this thing, because I've also noticed as well, they've really done their homework here. You can see it's still got pressure in there. They've really done their homework here, because when they designed the cylinder and cylinder head, there is no spacers or washers or anything like that here. They actually made it so that it fits this case. It could be, it does maybe look like that. The mouth of the case here is taller than what is original as well. So, but that's really good, because then you get really good sealing surfaces. That's what we're going to talk about. And you can see the needle's going down quite slowly, even though there's... I'm not sure you can hear it, but I can certainly hear it when I mess around with this ball here. I can feel the air coming out of the side here. I'm happy with that, I think. We've got a visitor today. It's my daughter. There she is. She's actually a mechanic, and she's helping me with a really cool idea that she found out. Let's have a look what she's doing. So what she's doing at the moment is, because my Cerakote man didn't want to do the old Cerakote thing, I'm going to paint this, and there is a CP logo on this exhaust pipe, and what she's doing at the moment is she's masking it, and she's using a, what's that, razor blade, to try and take away the bits in the middle, so that when I paint this, maybe the stainless steel logo will still look good. We'll try. It was worth a try at least. I think it's kind of cool. Good idea. Good idea. She hates being filmed. Let's have a look if... Hello. Hello. She's called Emma, by the way. She's gorgeous. She's not looking, is she? Actually, the funny thing about her is she tells my mum that this YouTube thing is my midlife crisis, which I suppose it might be. Right, thought fit my fancy side case. What I wanted to show you was the plunger. When you've got that nipple, the LI nipple, then apparently you're supposed to use the GP plunger. It is in there. So give it a wiggle. There you go. Can you see it? Let's put this together. It looks really cool, I think. Let's have a look. Oh, looking good, good looking. Right, what I have to remember is obviously is the brackets to the exhaust, but I will fit those now. When you're doing these stud conversions, make sure that the stud doesn't protrude too far under through the arm here, or it will interfere with your cable. I pre-cut these from before I fit them. I just fit them with really strong Loctite, and they sort of last forever. As you can see, I have swapped it out from the Castle lambretta to MB gear change lever. This is a used one I had hanging around in the shed, even though I haven't got a shed. A little bit too tight, that lad. There we go. Let's see if I can up it goes. Right, my wife is out in and out of the garage like a fucking lunatic today because she thinks it's spring. It's bloody freezing outside, by the way, but she's messing around in the garden. We haven't got a garden, but she's messing around with flowers and stuff. Anyway, I found the temperature gauge hole, and I'll zoom in to a bit of video footage that's probably come up now, and you'll see the hole there. I was contemplating what to do with it because the lead is a little bit small. If you can see, the temperature gauge is poking out here. I'll just put a temporary screw in there, in the cowl for the moment, so that when I fit the engine, I will be able to fit the temperature gauge lead onto this. It just about works actually, but I have seen people that drill a hole on the side just to make it a little bit less faff. And I was also contemplating just drilling a hole in one of these massive fins and just having it poke out the opposite side, but actually I think this saves me from drilling basically. Another thing I did off camera while my wife was running in and out of the house, it's a bit annoying, is, you might be able to see this, I have timed timing marks. I have timed it to 17 degrees, probably be able to do 18 or even 19 on this because it doesn't rev that much. But yeah, 17 degrees static. And what I wanted to do now before we finish off the video, look at that. Oh, it's a shame to have to put this away somewhere, isn't it? So before to finish off the video, my daughter, lambretta. I want to see if this has worked. If my beautiful daughter, lambretta, has done a good enough job or not. She's coming around for tea tonight, so I'll certainly tell her if she didn't. I'd be really happy if this works. Could be, oh, look at this. She was so sure it wasn't going to work. I was so sure it was going to work. Oh, this is satisfying, man. Come on. Nice. Well done, Emma. Huh? Good job. Look at that. That looks posh, doesn't it? Brilliant. Right, that is the end of this video. Don't forget, if you like this kind of stuff, do the old subscribe, give me the thumbs up, maybe even 2. And I'll see you on the next one. The next video, what we'll be doing. we have to do some modifications to the actual scooter itself, and hopefully we'll get this into the frame. I'm still waiting for the tank, but that is being sent next week. So it's only a couple of weeks until we can actually get this thing out on the road, and that is amazing. From 0 to hero in 2 weeks. Ta-ra.